Stating that it's a tragedy is an understatement.
Why a possible pattern of abuse went undetected in Frankfort. Good evening, I'm Nicole Kahn. Jeff Smith has the night off. Thanks for being here with us. Despite being hospitalized and taken to a doctor with bruises on her body, Child Protective Services was never notified about Keaton Coleman. She's the 2-year-old Frankfort girl who died last week. Now her mother and boyfriend are facing criminal charges in her death. Julie Kreisen has been following this case. Julie, what's the latest that we have?
Nicole, I called the State Department of Child Services to find out if any allegations of abuse were ever reported in this case. Spokeswoman Ann Houseworth says there have been no reports on file against either Keaton's mother, Patience Coleman, or her boyfriend, Mitchell Clendening. 2-year-old Keaton Coleman died at Riley Children's Hospital last week. A forensic pathologist says the girl died of multiple blunt force trauma consistent with child abuse. Keaton's mother, Patience Coleman, and her boyfriend, Mitchell Clendening, both face murder charges. Court records show that in March, Coleman asked a pediatrician to find out why the girl had been bruising for 2 or 3 months. Lab work indicated no medical reason for the bruising. In June, Keaton was admitted to St. Vincent Hospital after her mother reported the child was vomiting. This week, the treating physician told investigators the symptoms were not consistent with the mother's story. The DCS director in Tippecanoe County says people should not hesitate to report possible abuse.
The department tries to convey to every citizen in Indiana that they're mandated as reporters, meaning if you have any suspicion whatsoever that abuse or neglect is occurring, it doesn't matter whether you're a professional, a neighbor, a friend, or a family member, that you're obligated by law to report.
Department of Child Services Communications Director Ann Houseworth says any suspected abuse should be reported.
We would rather take a call and speak with someone who has a question about abuse or neglect, or even make an assessment of a situation where abuse or neglect is alleged to take place and doesn't take place, than to have someone not make the call.
Houseworth says suspected child abuse or neglect should be reported to Child Protective Services. They operate a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week hotline. That number is 1-800-800-5556, and you can remain anonymous. Julie Kreisen, News Channel 18.